Alright, what's up? I look awful. So I told myself that I wanted to try to make more videos, probably maybe every Sunday or maybe every other Sunday, just to kind of like document my stupid fucking life and the things. I got tired of putting it on there. Hold on, let me see if I can put it up here. And it'll still get the angle that I want. Not really. Hold on. All this lighting sucks, so I guess I'll just have to do it here. Anyway, so just kind of like documenting my life as I reintroduce myself into adulthood. I felt like when I was in Maine, like I wasn't really like a full adult. I don't know if that makes any sense. We're coming back over here because I'm not holding that shit. I felt like I wasn't a real adult in the fact that, like, I don't know, I wasn't, like, paying rent, really. I mean, I would give my mom, like, a couple $100s here and there and things like that, and I'd pay for, like, household goods, but, like, and I paid some bills, like the internet and stuff like that, but, like, I never really, like, fully paid rent. I felt like I was just kind of, like, coasting in a way, and like I don't know, there's a part of me that just wants to be so hyper independent that I just wanted to like get out of that situation. And I knew the sacrifices that would have to come with doing that, but the shit fucking sucks. Like, I don't know. I remember being younger and things like that and thinking to myself, like, oh, I'm gonna have XYZ routine. I'm always gonna go to the gym 5 times a week. I'm always gonna make dinner at home every night. I'm always gonna do this. I'm always gonna do that. Yada, 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 yada. And then you get into the reality of life and it's fucking rough. My job that I have right now is about a good 35 to 45 minutes away from where I live right now, and I constantly have to go through the Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel. Basically, it's just this big fucking underwater tunnel that's always backed up. There's always traffic, and it's generally like a 45-minute to an hour drive home. It's fucking insane, and it's draining, and I haven't even gotten to the point where I've had to like pay rent yet, but it's like you have no time to yourself, and especially with me moving. And I don't know, maybe I'm getting a little ahead of myself because I mean, I just moved into my new place. It's literally like I think it's today a week? No, tomorrow will be a week since I've moved in, and I haven't really established any kind of routine. I still am like missing a lot of things that I like need to function and, like a household, stuff like that. So it's like, I don't know, it's been a rough fucking week. I'm tired. I'm fucking cranky, it's cold as fuck. I don't remember Virginia being this goddamn cold. Like, it's been cold as hell. It snowed a couple of times. I'm like, what the fuck is this? I literally moved here to get away from that shit. I fucking hate the cold. I hate the snow. Like, it's really starting to piss me off. And there's a part of me that is starting to wonder or think, like, did I make a mistake doing this? Did I make a mistake coming down here? I mean, yeah, my situation wasn't great, but like you didn't have to pay rent, and I made an extra like 1,500 fucking dollars than what I'm making right now a month. So like, why did I give this up for independent? I don't know. And I am someone, I'm sorry I keep moving around. It's very painful for me to like be on my fucking legs. Hold on, let me see if I can get a chair. Okay, this is kind of better, but I feel like I'm like hunched. I don't know. I don't like this angle, but this is what we're working with right now. And kitchen's going on in the bathroom. background. I'm trying to meal prep for a couple of days. Anyway, so I'm not like a die hard like into astrology person, but I do think that it's like interesting to think about and to look through and learn new things. So I'm somebody that has a giant 12th house stellium. And basically, what that means, if you have a stellium, it means that you have like, I think it's three or more planets in one house of your natal birth chart. And this is something, if anybody's interested in learning, I mean, you can fucking YouTube it and other people can explain it way better than I possibly can. But basically, it's a concentration of a theme or aspect in your life, because you have so many planets there and it's all this bullshit, yada yada yada. Anyway, so I'm approaching my Saturn return. That's actually a completely different concept in astrology. I don't know where the fuck I was going with the 12th house shit. I'm approaching my Saturn return, which is something that happens generally about every like 27 to 29 years in somebody's life. And what it does is, so, I mean, planets go around the sun, yada yada yada, every so often. And so Saturn has finally gotten to the point where it was almost at the exact place of where it was when I was born. That's called your Saturn return. And it generally has a lot of themes of, like, I don't know how to explain it, like teaching you lessons, like discipline, sacrifice. A lot of people have said, that like Saturn return kicked their ass. They got sick, or like someone died, or, they lost their job. Like crazy shit happens. And for some people, it's great. They meet the love of their life. They get married. They get a house. They get X, Y, you know what I mean? So like, I think it depends where things are in your natal birth chart, how things play out for you. And so I'm approaching that. I think it's this next Saturday, which is Valentine's Day. So, I'm wondering if all of the things that have led me up to moving myself down here and bringing myself to a position where I'm like in this very independent stage of my life has anything to do with that, and what the repercussions of that will be. I'm excited to see what will happen, but I'm also very scared at the same time, very nervous. I don't know how things are going to play out, because like I said, sometimes it goes very bad for people and sometimes it goes, pretty good. So I'm just trying to be positive and hope that things are going to go good for me. And that I brought myself down here for a reason, and that things will work out. And I think too that a lot of it does have to play into like just your mindset in general. Like, you can't think negative thoughts. Like, as gay as that sounds, but like I remember when I was at my old job, I was like, I don't know, I was kind of emo. And I remember I had this like core belief in my head that like people don't like you. You suck at your job. They can see right through you. They can see that you suck and yada yada yada. And then I kind of like flipped it in my head and I was like, okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to think to ourselves, people like you. You are a good, technician. You are good at your job. You are, whatever. Like, people like, and I thought that to myself, and then all of a sudden it like started happening. Like, people did start to appreciate me more, and my skills more, and my personality more, and things like that. And it was a big change from what I have felt my entire life. I've always felt unliked, unwanted, things like that. So to actually have people be like, oh, I like you, or things like that. It just was like, it was weird to me. But it was literally just changing my thought process and thinking to myself, like, okay, they do like you are likable, you are good, you are smart, you are all this, fucking shit that you want to think about yourself. And it just kind of like happens. So that's what I'm trying to like stay in right now. It's been very difficult with my transition to my new job, and that is something that I really did want to talk about because I'm at a point right now where I just like I really don't know what to do with my job. Hold on, I gotta check. I have 2 minutes before my chicken should be done. Um, I'm at a point right now, so before I moved down here, I was interviewing with a couple of different places, obviously all online or over the phone because I was in fucking Maine and everything's down here. And so what it came down to was two different places. And I'm not going to say the names of them, but I'm just going to say, like, relatively kind of where they are. So one of them was in Virginia Beach, and then the other one is in Norfolk. And so I initially accepted the one that was in Virginia Beach, but some people were kind of like, oh, you're going to hate your commute. You're going to be like an hour driving back and forth every day, yada, yada, yada. And so I decided to, I don't know, give the position back and say I can't do this and accept the other place that I'm at now in Norfolk. Thinking that, it was going to be a better commute and better suit for me and yada, yada, yada. Anyway, this is going to be my 4th week this week, I think. Yeah, that's crazy. It's already been like about a month of me being there. And I don't know if it's something that I can do long term. I can already see so much toxicity from both the management and some of the people that work there. The way the flow is awful. There is no flow. There is no like cadence to the way that the office operates. Like, it's just so fucking like disorganized. And the first week that I was there, they had a staff meeting on Friday, so the first Friday that I was working there. And basically, a lot of people were complaining about a lot of different things, but the majority of what they were complaining about was not enough compensation, not enough accountability for those, I guess, that mess up or whatever. I don't know. And then what was the other thing? Oh, yeah, an EMR system, because we do fucking paper charts. So I'm like in healthcare, and everything is on paper. There is no electronic medical record at all. Hold on, I gotta check my chicken. And it's just like, it's chaos every day. It's fucking insane. And it doesn't need to be. Like, I don't know. It seems like people, I don't want to say that the people that I work with are resistant to change. It seems like the management and the providers are resistant to change. And it's not giving me confidence to want to stay there and make that place somewhere that I would work for years. So pretty much within the first week, I started looking for new jobs, and I have 2 interviews this week. I have one tomorrow that's in Williamsburg, which is like, I wouldn't say significantly closer, but like it's a little bit closer, and I don't have to go through the fucking tunnel. The other one is that same place that I initially accepted the job in Virginia Beach, just to kind of see, I really just want to make sure that if I pick somewhere, it's going to be a good fit for me long term, and I don't want to just kind of blindly jump ship somewhere without knowing how their office operates, how their flow works, how the people are, things like that. So I've just been very, very stressed out because of this. Like, I absolutely fucking hate going to my job right now. Like, And I think, too, one of the biggest things is the fact that the job that I'm doing is not something new for me. Like, so I'll just say I work in eye care, and these things are the same across the board: checking vision, checking pressure, dilating, doing, slit lamp exams. Damn, 2 minutes gone by fast. Like, it's not things that I haven't done before and don't like know how I know how to do this. I've been doing this for 2.5 years at my other place, and it's just like weird to me that they want, I mean, and I understand like wanting somebody to understand how your practice works and how your practice operates, but like I said, these skills aren't new skills for me. Like, I know how to do a workup, and I'm being like held back to not do these things that I know, and it's just like really frustrating. Like, that's not who I am as a person. I want to work. I want to be in the trenches and like do the work, you know what I mean? Because it's just I'm that kind of person. I have a very strong work ethic, I think. And also a lot of it too is it kind of helps me with my anxiety, like putting my mind in another place for a long time, because I don't have to think about the fucking bullshit that's going on in my head. I can think about what I'm doing at my job. And so, like, it's just, I'm just bored to tears, essentially. I'm, like, fucking, like, struggling to stay awake at work. I'm struggling to stay awake driving home. Like, I am so unmotivated to be there. Like, it's not the fucking move. And I don't know. So that's why I kind of feel like I made a mistake. Like, and I mean, not just because of that. I think because, like, things aren't working out the way that I expected them to so soon. Sorry. But, like, at the same time, I'm just the kind of person that wants things to work and happen right fucking now. Like, I know things take time in reality, and I need to be patient and give it time. And that's not one of my strong suits. I'm not a patient person. I like I said, things to kind of happen right then, right now. Especially when I know that it can. Like, it's not hard. It shouldn't be this hard. But it is. And so, that's just been something really heavy on my mind recently. I think that maybe, and maybe, who knows, a year from now, I'll be in a completely different field of work, and I'll be so much happier, you know what I mean? Like, maybe being in eye care isn't for me long term, it worked for me when I was in Maine, things like that, but, maybe it's not the move, I don't know, So, I'm trying to be patient, but it's very difficult for me. And so, on top of everything else, I came down here because I wanted to work and focus on my health and get myself back healthy again. I'm really overweight, and that's something that I really want to work on. You know, and it's hard. It's really hard, especially with moving and, like I said, not having a routine to establish like a good, healthy like eating pattern. And so I've just been like trying my best, because that's all you can do. That's all that you can do. But again, I'm a impatient individual and a perfectionist, and when things aren't working for me right then and there, linearly, it doesn't bode well for me in my head, and it gives me a lot of anxiety. So, and I feel like I have no outlet. Like I said, like normally work would be my outlet for anxiety because I just go into it and do my thing and do my job, and the hours fly by. But where I'm at currently, that's not happening. So I'm stuck. And I mean, I've been trying to exercise here and there and things like that. But when you get home at fucking 6:45 at night, it's like you're exhausted, And like that's kind of like circling back all the way to the beginning of what I was talking about earlier. Like, I understand now why people like don't go to the gym and don't eat right and don't do this and don't do that, because it's like, what fucking time do you have for yourself? You know, like I leave here like 8 o'clock in the morning, get home 6:45, gotta go to bed at like 9:30. Like it's like, what time do you have to be with yourself and focus? And you know what I mean? Like, especially people that have kids, I feel fucking bad for them. Sorry, no offense. But it's my chickie again. Hold on. It's taking an awfully long time to cook. I mean, they're really big pieces of chicken, so maybe that's why they're taking a little bit longer than normal. But let's see here. This is so bad. I don't have any like hot hands, so I'm using like an old vest to get this out of the oven. Oh. Alright, that better be fucking cooked now. Let's check. Alright, chicken's looking good. And I got some quinoa. I think I can turn this thing off now so it's not blowing around. Turn the oven off. So this will be my lunch for like, I don't know, 2-3 days or something like that. So yeah, and I mean, it's like 10:30 at fucking night too. So I mean, just to show, like, I don't know, man, shit takes fucking forever, like, to do anything. And I mean, maybe it's partially my own issue. Like, I went and I door dashed for a little bit, and I went and took a nap. Oh, that noise. I took a nap earlier, so I mean, I could have been more productive earlier today. But it's like, it's shit like that. Like, fucking, you know, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. Like, you can't even fucking, I feel like I can't even, like, relax without feeling like I did the wrong thing. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. So, I'm just gonna cut this up, put it in a container, maybe eat a little bit for dinner. But, yeah. So let me stop doing this, and then, well, I hope you enjoyed my vent bullshit about my job and my life and how things are going. Let me know how you're doing in the comments, and I hope that I will see you guys next week, hopefully. Okay, bye.